It's time to hack the movies. Today, we're talking about tapes.
Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here, and welcome to Talking About Tapes here on the Hack the Movies channel. Hello, Joe from Movie Dumpster.
Hello, Tony from Hack the Movies.
Hello, Trisha from Trisha's Italy.
Buongiorno, Tony.
Oh, I see you finally wore your leather suit that you were supposed to wear in the Matrix episode.
I am, and I'm really happy that you gave it back to me after the Dune
No,
episode.
okay, God, you guys, all right.
Finally.
It was on loan.
It's clearly different. You have a silver zipper.
looks
Yours
the same
doesn't
to
come
me.
with booties, like the little boots that are attached.
I cut them off.
Oh, fuck you.
You use them. Your
feety
nasty
pajamas.
feet were in them, so.
The collar's different. Yeah, so me and Joe dress up like cool guys for the Dune episode.
Totally cool, guys.
And then every single person's like, oh, is Tony wearing Trisha's catsuit? It's like, which by the way, that only tells me that Adam and Eve ad did really well, because that's literally the only time you wore it. Like,
Well, no, she wore it in the Matrix episode. She
for
appeared.
5 seconds. Yeah, that's
I
right.
remember.
But yeah, people remember it, and then they're like, oh, Tony's wearing it. But just Tony. Like, you're also wearing the suit. But they're like, no, only Tony's wearing the leather suit. I'm
I
like,
don't
why?
exist. I don't exist.
Yeah.
It's only Tony is the man here.
But then I'm just like,
Obviously the same.
and then I go on Instagram, someone says it, I'm like, hey, Trisha, squash this rumor. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's totally my cat. I'm like, fucking hell.
Remember.
Anyway, I assume you're dressed all dark and gloomy because you really relate it to the character of Kim in today's film,
Yes.
Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Not the Blair Witch Project 2.
That's your first mistake already.
Whatever that means. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's build up to that. So this movie has a lot of problems. I did not see this. I didn't see this till like years later.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I'm like, what? This doesn't look like what I thought a Blair Witch sequel would look like. And this is when I was younger and wasn't ready to take risks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why aren't they just in the woods with cameras again? That's what I want. So I didn't see it. I saw it years later. I'm like, wow, this movie's really bad.
Bad doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the shit
Yes.
that this movie is.
Yes, when did you see this?
I saw it when it came out, and I've already reviewed this movie, by the way.
Oh, you have?
But I just can't seem to outrun the devil. And here
Well,
we are again.
I learned some things about this movie. When did you see this? Because you're like the resident Blair Witch fan.
I know, and I saw it as soon as it came out, and I remember really liking it when it first came out, of course.
Well, because we were kids, and it was like, oh, it's the
Yeah.
new horror movie that's out, and everybody's talking about it. MTV.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, there it
was
is.
scary. Like, it was fucked up for like an 11-year-old, however old
Sure.
I was. So it was pretty messed
I can
up.
see that. So there were problems right away. So the original filmmakers, Artisan Entertainment, how are they doing these days? They were like, hey, Haxon Films. Blair Witch did good. Let's do another one. And apparently the filmmakers were like, nah, we're not ready yet. Let's like wait a little bit.
Sure.
And then Artisan was like, goodbye. And they just did the sequel without them. All right.
Big mistake.
Off to a bad start. This is the last writing credit of the late Dick Beebe, who wrote House on Haunted Hill the year before this,
Oh, really?
which is one of the missing episodes of Talking About Tapes. But you can find it on Odyssey. That's one of the ones that YouTube glitched out.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but I did like House on Haunted Hill. I do like the House on Haunted Hill.
So is
It's a
it
good
Dick
film.
Beebe's fault? Is that why he's never worked again? Because of the last movie that he wrote?
Well, he died 8 years later.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if just things were going on in his life.
He died 8 years later. We have to go to the tape because video never lies. Got to make sure what happened to that
Because
guy.
I was like, wow, this is his last
Yeah.
writing.
Video
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
lie.
This is his last writing credit. I'm like, what else did he do? And it's like died in 2008. I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't look too far into it, but I'm like, oh, hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
Tony, we're literally in the
Hello?
Is that Dick Beebe?
Hello?
Hi, this is calling about the rent-to-own homes. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm actually reviewing Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Have you seen it? Do you have any opinions on Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2?
Why?
Wow, you're really quiet. It's almost as if you're a computer and you don't know how to reply to the question, have you seen Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2? So I bought a place recently, but when I was looking for places, much like...
I thought that was a real person, and then you just screwed up your rental.
No. So there's two things that happen when you look for an apartment and when you're looking for a job. Eventually, your number will get on something, and you'll just get spam calls
big time.
all day long. And I've been getting spam calls all
And spam
week long.
Mail.
Oh yeah, so we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, so Dick Beebe's dead. Rest in peace, Dick
R.I.P.
Beebe.
Sorry.
This is directed by Joe Berlinger. He had a lot of experience doing documentary stuff, which is shocking that this is not a found footage movie when you think about that.
not
This
at
is
all.
his only like traditional kind of film. Up until a few years ago, he directed the Ted Bundy film with Zac Efron.
Which also sucked.
Why are you
is that-
pointing at me like that? Like I know what you're talking about.
I was pointing at him because I think you mentioned it in a recent episode.
It's not good.
It's not good?
No, because look, I get it. Like, it's a satire, sort of. But I think people, Ted Bundy's such a prolific serial killer that I think painting him in that light and then exposing them to people who don't know who he is or aren't familiar with the story to a movie like that is a bad idea. They like glorify it. Ted Bundy has been talked about as like being handsome and stuff, but like you don't cast fucking.
He's really
Zac
not. No, my
Efron.
friend.
No,
Dick-
he's ugly.
My friend Dick made fun of it on his podcast recently. He's like, he had a fucking unibrow and shit. It's just like you look better than what you would expect a serial killer to look. He wasn't a handsome guy.
Question mark. Anyway,
But no, they glamorize it because
don't you want to fuck Ted Bundy?
you know because
I do.
look,
Don't you?
Right, of course.
No, that's the thing. White women definitely do. You
Which
know how
is
many
a
obsessed.
problem. It's an issue.
Yeah.
Why?
it's big
Why
time.
are you all so obsessed with true crime and glamour?
What do you mean you all? Like, oh, it's not all women.
There's also
I'm
nothing
not.
wrong.
It's all white women. It's all white women are really into true crime.
There's nothing wrong with
Jessica, if you're editing this, how many true crime podcasts do you leave a note?
I have no comment. I don't know.
White women love true crime, and they love the glamorization of like real murders for some reason.
not glamorization of real. Well, I guess maybe some of them. Maybe some of them do. Not you. I'm saying not making blanket statements. But like it's interesting to read about serial killers and their stories and stuff.
The media that promotes all these killers can affect people, which is the theme of this film.
You should start hashtagging this with like hashtag true crime. You'll get a ton of subscribers.
Shout out to my friend Carl. He does a true crime podcast called The Creep Off.
See, it's a guy.
Yeah, no.
It's a white guy.
This is like they kind of made this podcast because they hate a true crime podcast, and it's
jeez.
they try to make comedy out of some of the worst stories I've ever heard. Definitely listen to The Creep Off. Anyway, the film is about how media can influence people.
Is it?
Well, that's what it was supposed to be about, and then the studio was like,
Nah.
we're gonna chop it up and add a bunch of bullshit.
Here, we're gonna put some. We just need some more gore in here. Just go.
God,
I tell you what,
Yeah.
Berlinger, go in your backyard, film some bullshit. We'll stick it in the movie 5 weeks before it gets released. What do you
Yes.
say?
Yes, that is literally what happened. And then they titled it Book of Shadows. Did you guys see a book in this movie?
Only the one that dude's writing about shared hallucinations.
Were there shadows in it?
I don't think so.
Maybe the shadows are the hallucinations. Wait, that makes sense.
Oh.
Wait, now we're coming to
See,
something. Okay.
see, you really have to have an artistic thought process going into this film to really appreciate
Yeah.
the deep things that are going on here.
Yes.
you.
There are some subliminal things that are cool in this, but then there's also random images that are part of a game called The Secret of Esserever Reverse.
Lest we forget Shadow of the Blair Witch 2, the mockumentary that accompanied that. Before that, I
They
think,
did a second mockumentary.
yeah, because I think, isn't Shadow of the Blair Witch connected to this
Well,
one?
there's Curse of the Blair Witch for the first movie.
Yeah, Shadow of the Blair Witch is this one.
Oh, okay.
It's for this
Yes.
one.
So there's a game that you can
I
play with this movie, this tape. At the end, it gives you all the rules, and you have to reverse the tape, much like the characters do in the movie, and you find all the clues, and it gives you a message. And I was like, Trisha, this is going to be awesome. We should play this tape. And then I found out that this big movie YouTuber, Cecil Trachtenberg from Good Bad Flicks, he already did a video on it. And he played the game, and it got a lot of views. And I was like, well, shit.
That's okay.
Like, well, that would have been really fun to do. However, shout out to Cecil. He actually helped me with this movie. I watched his video.
Yeah,
he DM'd me. He's a big Blair Witch fan, like you.
The first one, not this one.
I like the first one and the 2016 one.
We still haven't seen the
I haven't seen
2016
Oh
one.
my God! What? Why do you guys keep sleeping on that one?
I don't know.
Check it out.
Because it looked really bad. Anyway.
It looked really bad. It looked really bad. I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't see this one right away either, Joe. Like, anyway, he really helped me out with this. His video, it shed new light on it. So I went into this movie with with a different mindset.
Yeah.
And it colored my viewing on the second or third watch through. But yes, before we get into the movie, Trisha, it was your birthday last month,
Oh God.
and you weren't here.
I wasn't. I was in Italy.
Yeah, you weren't here.
That sounds lovely.
However, I'm seeing something with my mind's eye.
Oh no, Kim.
I think it's in this box. I think there's something in this box for you, Trisha. It's your
Should I open
birthday
it?
gift.
Really?
Yes.
Is it a bag of
I'm seeing it with my mind's eye.
Tony, what is this?
Pull it out.
Oh God, no.
Pull it out. My mind's eye sees.
No, you didn't. No.
It's the Todd McFarlane Blair Witch action figure.
Oh wow.
It is the stickhead variant. Fun fact, the one on the cover there, the feminine variant is very expensive. And Trisha, you're a good friend. You're not a $300 good friend.
I couldn't believe the price when you told me that. Because
Nor
most
are
of the
you
Mark
nor,
McFarlane
nor
stuff-
are you a $400 toy signed by Heather Donahue friend. I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
I think I am.
Well,
I'm worth it. Tony.
I was looking for a place. So yes, that is your
That's
birthday gift. You
awesome.
finally have the Blair Witch.
Thank you. I've always wanted this.
So now when you watch the
Since
Blair
the
Witch
last
Project,
episode.
you can sit this next to the TV and you know that this is out there. Well,
Exactly.
Well, no, that'll
No,
block
I don't
you.
know how to.
It's too big. McFarlane, your shit's too big.
Is that the witch from this movie?
It's promoting both
Blair
films.
Witch 2.
Own on VHS or DVD. It's just so funny. They hype up this one and then they mass produce this one.
That makes no sense. It
Yeah.
looks nothing like
Well, they mass produced both. He always did variants of stuff
Well, you can't find the other one.
because that's the one people wanted. I think more
Yeah.
than the tree witch.
Anyway, let's get in.
Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. You're such a
welcome.
good friend. Get off.
I'm a great friend. No, I'm not a $400 signed by Heather Donahue and the other guy.
That's okay.
friend.
Next time.
So this movie, and this threw a lot of people off. This is what they call a meta sequel. This is where it's like the previous movies are movies in that universe. An example would be Wes Craven's New Nightmare. A modern example would be Human Centipede 2, where it's about a guy obsessed with the first movie.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. Hellraiser Hellworld, which I watched recently with Henry Cavill's Superman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one of his early movies, he gets killed by Pinhead. So yeah, I don't think anyone expected that to be the case. And that was the case. How did you feel? That they're like, hey, that first movie didn't happen.
I think that. I don't know.
How did you feel, Joe?
You're wrong because it did happen in this movie.
No. So in this universe, everything from the documentary, The Curse of the Blair Witch, everything, Rust and Parr, all the
that all
backstory happened. Just the movie was fake.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But everything else happened.
So
And like,
so you have a movie
yeah.
in the wake or the fallout of the actual Blair Witch Project,
Yes.
based on nothing, fictional things, but
Yeah.
still adopting Blair Witch lore
Yes.
and working it into this movie like it was a real thing.
Yes. Yes. They were real excited about their lore.
Fucking stupid, dude.
So apparently this did happen with Burkittsville, Maryland. Super fans just flocked the town.
Did it really happen?
Yes. If we do Blair Witch 3, can we go to Burkittsville, Maryland?
I think we should.
We should go to
honestly.
Burkittsville, Maryland.
That would be
Do
awesome.
interviews with the lady that sold rocks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I
like
do kind of
the
like the
best
opening
part.
with like they're showing like all the actual footage. Roger Ebert and stuff is in there.
Best part of the movie because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we're gonna just do the found footage thing again,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
do but a little bit different.
Yeah, and
And-
you're right. I do love the old lady. She's like, yeah, we sold rocks, and I just say that they're from the Blair Witch. And people were making stickmen. By the way, there are hidden stickmen all throughout this film.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
subliminal stickmen.
Okay.
And again, I'd point them all out. But Cecil already did
He
that
already
in
did
his
it.
video 8 years. And by the way, it wasn't even like I'm just
That's
like,
true.
oh, 8 years ago. I'm like, oh, so this has been covered for a while. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I noticed that. Yeah, it's been out there for a
I
while.
really like good bad flicks. They're a good friend.
It's a great channel.
Yes. Let me see here. Oh, speaking of good bad flicks, you have a note here?
Well, yeah, from the Good Bad Flicks review, I really like his reference to Italian playwright and author Luigi Pirandello. Of course, we always have to mention the Italian.
Yes. We have 2 Italians and a Sicilian here.
Oh, wait, what? Tony, don't freaking make
She's
me
already
mad.
defended me, so I'm good.
Trisha gets mad when Sicilians pretend they're not Italians.
I didn't
Sicilians
pretend that.
are Italian. So if you are Sicilian, you are Italian. I just want to clear the
You think they're
air.
jealous
Thank
of
you.
You know
Malta?
that Tony doesn't know that.
Are they jealous of Malta? It's like, oh, damn it, Malta got out of Italy.
Malta,
Listen.
it's another country.
Yeah, but it was part of Italy.
Sicily is very proud to be part of Italy.
Okay. Okay. Not according to
not
the
getting
comment
into
section of your
this
TikTok. Anyway.
Well, we're on Hack the
Italian
Movies.
American.
When
So,
we're
yeah.
here, we're family, right, guys?
Yes. So 6 characters in search of an author.
Yeah,
Tell
so
me
there's
about
the
it.
6 characters in search of an author, which is the name of the Luigi Pirandello book. So each character actually represents a part of society. And
Yes.
so as Good Bad Flicks goes into it, when you guys check out his video, you can see the different roles that each of the characters
Yeah, they represent
bring.
like how different people reacted to that first film, or just like urban legends and stuff in general.
Exactly.
We find out Jeff was in the hospital when the first Blair Witch came out, but he saw it eventually.
Yeah.
And he's
And capitalized on it.
really into it. And then we get flashbacks of him in the hospital, and this apparently was all added by the studio in
Sure was.
post because they wanted to make him look like he was like a crazy killer dude.
psychopath.
And it's the worst
It
hospital
was
set.
horrible.
It looks like a set from like 1965.
That's what I
Yes.
was saying. Like all
Yes.
the nurses are like 1950s dressed. Like,
Yeah,
it
the
makes
doctor's
no
smoking in his
sense. Yeah.
face.
I
and then
expect to see like Renfield down the hallway, right?
they're shoving.
They're like
tubes-
shocking him with
They're
stuff,
shoving tubes into his nose and stuff.
feeding
and,
him
like,
oatmeal or chicken broth or whatever that is.
Yeah, and like it never looks real.
No.
It never, like the padded room. I'm like, that's the best padded room you
Yeah.
could do. Like,
But we also never come back to this really. It's there to like flesh out the character question
because it
mark.
wasn't in the movie.
No,
because it was added 5 weeks before the movie came
No,
out.
sure, yeah, but like apparently there was a whole thing where the reason he's in the hospital is because he like stole a baby and
Yeah.
like took it out into the woods or something like that. That's not in the movie.
Did he
That got cut out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Or it wasn't shot or something. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
There is no alternate cut of this, right?
Well,
Is there a fan edit?
yes and no. I'll
Okay.
get into that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't mean to jump the gun on that
No,
one.
that's okay. That's okay. There's no official,
Okay.
and there's probably a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was supposed to start with Frank Sinatra music.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
That crazy
That
witchcraft.
Which would have like been like, oh, that's funny, a really happy song to set up the thing. But since the writer did so good on House on a Hill, they're like, nah, throw Marilyn Manson in there.
Right.
The artisan was like, MTV, baby.
Yep.
Get Marilyn Manson in there. We're going to get Rob Zombie in there.
And those were very smart decisions. How's Artisan doing today? Yeah, so we also get random images of people getting murdered. Also filmed way later. All the images of like the murders, the studio was like, nah, we need some murder in there.
Just random flashes.
Throw it in there.
This film was a lot more gorier than.
Yeah.
I mean, The original didn't really have any gore.
Imagine like not having to show something and be scary.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Can you, Joe, give me an example of a movie that didn't show anything and was scary?
No, not show anything, but not directly. Like I don't like the Blair Witch function. The first film, there was no crazy special.
The Blair Witch Project. Oh yeah, that is a good example. That is a good example. That
Are you patronizing me?
No. I'm joking. I'm like, it's like, no, it's funny. It's like, why did they add all this?
Right,
This
why
is
did
a
they do
sequel
it?
to a movie
They
that
know
didn't
that it
do that and
works.
was very popular.
It did gangbusters and was made for nothing.
Yeah.
and like,
Dude,
why
it's making
wouldn't?
too many noises? I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
No,
She's
it's okay.
squeaking over here.
We had to do the whole Dune episode.
Oh, yeah,
of
it's
that
like-
stuff.
It's so
I was like, I
annoying.
swear, it's not gas. It's yeah.
I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, the idea of Artisan being like, let's make this a movie and not a shot on video found footage movie is just fucking insane
Yeah.
to me. Like, it's bizarre. Paranormal, how many Paranormal Activities just were like, okay, we're going to do found footage for like 5
Paranormal
movies.
Activity. Learn the lesson from this.
Oh, big
to
time,
not
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the framing device is all fucked up. Like Jeff is being questioned by the cops.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, by the way, I love the sheriff when he's yelling into the woods like, there ain't no goddamn Blair Witch.
Get out of these woods and go home!
And I'm
Get out
like,
of my woods.
and I'm watching. I'm like, yes, there is. Trisha has an action figure of it right here.
A variation thereof.
Yeah. So,
When he's questioning Jeff there with like all the
he's like,
random
there's blood in
scenes.
your van. And then this wasn't, they moved all this around, the
Yeah.
interrogation.
This
It should not have been, or there
No.
was a better way to do it, and they did not
didn't
do
make
it well.
sense. It was just confusing.
So
Hey,
yeah,
you ever
he's-
see like a Quentin Tarantino movie? You ever see Memento? Let's like do that. With
Oh
the
my
editing.
god, no, the late 90s, early 2000s were like everyone trying to do that's fine. You don't have to play a movie
Non-linear
linear.
storytelling.
Yeah, you can have a non-linear movie,
Yeah.
but there were filmmakers that tried to do it and were not. Although this isn't the filmmaker's fault.
No, this is an
the studio
afterthought.
editing
Yeah,
fault.
this is an afterthought.
Yes, so
You've been a pain in the ass in this town since you were 10. That's my best accent.
Pretty good.
So yeah, he is running a tour, and it has a couple, Steve and Tristan, and they are writing a book. Tristan believes in the legend. Steve is a skeptic, and then they have the girl from Erica from the Texas Chainsaw remake,
Sure do.
who's the Wiccan.
Why? Look, I get it. Like you mentioned before, how Good Bad Flicks went into like each one is a stereotypical character of society. It just does not work the way that they want it to work.
I already made the joke in the previous Blair Witch episode. I'm like, I met a couple witches. They're mostly girls who went through breakups. Did I mention the moon cult in that one?
No, I don't think so.
I knew a couple of girls who, like, after a while got, like, real into this group of women who, like, are really into dancing and praising the moon.
That's nice.
That's okay.
And then they both, conveniently, both of them have been through bad breakups. And then after they got boyfriends, I never saw a post about the moon again.
Now they're living deliciously, Tony. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Kim, the goth girl.
Yeah,
Who
she's my
you-
favorite. I like her.
Yeah, you
best.
texted me when I was watching this before I saw Good Bad Flicks, and I was just like, this is a shit film. I told you I was watching it, and you're like, I like that one. I like the goth girl.
I know, that's really the only thing I could remember about this movie. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's the best takeaway from this film for sure. Kim Director as the goth girl.
Yeah, so she is hanging out on Eileen Treacle's grave, who was in The Curse of the Blair Witch. She was one that was killed by the Blair Witch, right?
Drowned.
Drowned, yes.
By the witch, yeah.
Yes. And then
Treacle.
for one shot, her name turns into the word further, and that's part of the game that's at the end, which we would have played,
Oh.
but then someone beat us to it.
Keep in mind, how late does the VHS come out after the movie's already in the theaters?
A while. I'm sure this stuff was not in the theater. I'm sure they added this to the VHS release to make you want to buy the movie.
Yeah, probably for the game.
Yeah.
This did shit at the box office. Put a game in
No,
there.
actually, it
Hidden
didn't do bad at the
messages.
box office.
Did it really?
I think it did fine, but it's one of those things where like the reaction was bad. They're like, oh, we're not going to get lucky with another one.
Yeah, I
No.
don't see how anyone would not want to go see the Blair Witch 2 after seeing the first one. So I'm sure
Yeah.
it did well, but
Yeah, it did well, but it's one of those like, people shit on like the M. Night movie, Last Airbender.
oh yeah.
Because the reason they shit on it is because Jackson Rathbone's body double was really bad. Had they cast me, who got paid for one day to try on outfits to be his body double, I'm pretty sure the movie would have been more well
That's
received.
right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
But that movie actually made a ton of money. But the reception was so bad that the studio was smart and they were like, we're not going to get lucky a second time. No more sequels. Goodbye.
Well, this is
This
on
is
the
an
Tales
example
of
of
Sixth
that.
Sense, no?
Huh?
This is right on the Tales of Sixth Sense, and they were
I
like,
think
remember
so, yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan put all that stuff in his movie. They're gonna love this shit.
But yeah, no, like this is an example where like the movie did well, but they were smart realizing a third one would not do well.
They were dumb from the beginning of this production.
Well, obviously.
So don't call them smart ever again.
Well, they were.
They were trying to put a band-aid on the
Well, some
situation.
people fuck up and then they just keep going. They were
Yeah.
smart. They quit after they fucked up the first time. Do you have a note about the?
Oh no, I just thought that the goth girl Kim was Heather from the first film, just dressed up like a goth chick.
Wait, so you thought it was Heather? So Heather.
Just came back. I don't. And she was like not like her, like in the actual, like from the actual movie, but like the actress.
Oh no, this is totally
Like,
different.
for some
actors.
reason, they had like the same voice, and I don't know.
They look nothing alike.
They also thought it would be fun to use the same names of all the actors again.
Which they did in the first one, but the last names are changed.
But
they weren't allowed to use the last names.
But those are nobody people. That's why it worked. These are like actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, they're on the Blair Witch Hunt tour. And they're going to go to Rustin Parr's house and film it. The house that is demolished, which apparently happened in real life because so many people kept going there.
So they just destroyed it.
And they're like, someone's going to get hurt. Let's pull that fucking house down.
Oh, jeez.
Kim is a psychic.
Question mark.
She uses her mind's eye.
She just tells people things?
Yeah. She's like, oh, you're pregnant.
Guesses.
Yeah.
You're pregnant. Oh, you don't want to keep it, right? Your husband wants it. You want an abortion. She's like, hi, I just met you. My name's Drew. What the fuck?
If somebody came up to me and said that to me, I would like get him into chokehold and be like, who are you? What are you doing? How do you know all this stuff?
Exactly.
I mean, if someone came up to me and told me I was pregnant, I'd be like, hold on, wait, hold on.
Not pregnant, but just like anything.
The movie Junior wasn't lying to me.
I mean, it's possible.
Who knows?
So yeah, they get to Rustin Parr's house and there's a magic tree there. Any comments on the magic tree, the significant? I didn't watch the documentary. Was there a magic tree in the documentary?
Like Granny Willow from Pocahontas? It's talking to him and shit?
Yeah, right.
Like Treebeard? Or the Great Deku
accurate
Tree?
Documentary film, Pocahontas. I think there is in the video game, the new video game. By the way, there were like 3 early 2000s PC games for Blair Witch. I kind of want to hunt those down.
I want to play those.
But yeah, the new one, which I am going to get in VR.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a part with like a really weird, scary tree. So maybe it had something to do with something. But yeah, the guy's like, where the fuck did this tree come from?
But again, we're in the universe where the Blair Witch does not exist.
Yes.
Right.
No. The legend exists. The movie was just fake. It's like if we made a movie about the Jersey Devil. It's like, obviously our movie is fake, but there was this pre-existing legend. That's the universe we're in right now.
But the legend of the Jersey Devil is a real legend. This is a made-up legend.
Well, in this movie, it's a real legend.
I think it's dumb.
Joe, I didn't make the movie. I know what to tell you.
I'm mad about it.
Blame the writer. I mean, he's dead. You're going to have a hard time reaching him. But, just...
he was going out like this, baby.
Let's just text Heather Donahue.
Yeah.
That's what we
Be careful what you say about Heather goddamn...
No, I'm trying not to. I was going to, and I'm not going there. We're not going to cut it out.
I had to edit the last Blair Witch movie the day of because I made an obvious joke, but YouTube's system is broken, and they technically thought I broke their terms of service because I told Heather Donahue to mail us some stuff that she is involved in, but it was clearly a joke, and YouTube was like, you can't do that. I'm like, shit. I'm like, editing it out.
You can't solicit that.
Heather Donahue, you're on my shit list.
Then she really owes you now.
Exactly.
Heather Donahue, you can make up to it by just sending nice stuff to our mailbox.
That's exactly what you can do.
Yes.
Nice
stuff.
Nice stuff. Then we get more images of murders. Get used to those. Whenever the movie thinks like, oh, the audience might get bored, throw some murder in there.
Those poor foreigners. They
Yeah,
didn't
we
deserve
find
to
out
die.
who they are. So Wiccan girl
Yeah. Sigh indeed.
trying to communicate with the witch. May I have permission to take this leaf? Thank you.
May I have permission to take this leaf? Thank you.
It's nice. I think it's very sweet how she is with nature.
How did she die in Texas Chainsaw? I want to go back and just watch that. I want to put that scene in this movie.
She tried to run away, and I think Leatherface like just totally like chainsaws her on the ground. I want to say.
God, if Leatherface just showed up
Yeah.
in this movie.
Oh, God.
All the Wiccan stuff though isn't even like actual Wiccan stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Wicca's about the earth or whatever. Okay.
By the way, at one point, it's sorry, you again, typical white woman. She's just like, we're already an oppressed minority, witches, and the movie made things worse for us. It's like, oh my God, shut up.
Was that a thing when Blair Witch came out? Was there a
Probably
big
died.
backlash from the Wiccan community?
But I could
Sure there was.
just see a woman being like, oh, this movie's gonna make my life really hard. It's like, I just want to
No, I won't be able to practice anywhere.
it's like, yeah, you're very oppressed, witches.
There's a lot of stereotypes around witches, though. And I do feel bad for Erica, so.
Well, I hate witches. As I mentioned in the Midsummer review, they were a problem because they kept taking everyone's brooms and flying away. And then people couldn't clean, and then the rats came, and that's how I got the Black Plague. Witches.
Yep.
They're like, oh, how am I going to clean up all this trash? That witch flew away on my broom with her flying monkeys.
If they're not like making deals with the devil and doing black magic, I don't want to fucking know about it. Like,
Doesn't matter.
Also, now this might shock you guys, but I have it on good authority. Witches aren't real. Anyway.
you don't say?
Yes. I mean, we'll see what our 2.5% female demographic has to say to that.
Witches aren't just female.
Yeah, you also have warlocks.
Yeah, what do you think about warlocks? What do you think about the movie Warlock?
Oh, Julian Sands, sign me up for that.
What do you think about the movie Warlock 2?
If anyone
The
is a
Armageddon.
witch or a warlock or whatever, please leave a comment and prove Tony wrong. Prove him wrong for once.
That
please.
always pissed me off in Harry Potter. They're like wizards and witches. It's like, wait, no, it's warlocks.
Well, wizard is like the light side of the warlock thing. So like if they it's weird with the witches because it's just white witch or a dark witch, I guess.
Yes, I've seen Wizard of Oz.
No,
One of them
I'm
is in a
saying
pink
though.
bubble.
Yes. So wizard and warlock, they're two different things. One practices good magic, one practices bad
Where's
magic.
this one's broom? I
her
did
head.
like that the Vivitch
Her
had
head
a witch
is her
flying
broom.
in a broom with a broom.
Oh yeah. Well, that was like classic folklore.
Yeah.
That's a great flick.
I did go back and watch Haxon again, the movie I talked about,
Excellent.
the black and white one.
Yeah.
Man, that movie's so fucking
Is
good.
it good?
Witchcraft through
yes.
the ages, baby.
So where are we at here? So yeah, everyone has. Oh, Wiccan Girl implies that Heather should have boned those two guys in the tent.
Should have.
Sex magic. Now we're fucking doing some Aleister Crowley shit. What are we talking about?
I told you there was like a love triangle. I told you. It was
Yeah,
great.
and it was when those cameras went off. Who knows what happened?
Exactly.
Well, when those went off, something went in.
So everyone has a unique take on the witch, and it leads to some conversations and arguments. And again, this is kind of interesting.
Sure.
I could see how this could have been interesting.
I wish it was a handheld camera, like walking through the
Yeah.
woods talking about this kind of thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like they were
And
actually
had
doing
a documentary
research.
guy do it. Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't you?
But yeah,
Well,
they
he wanted
run
to make a
into-
real film, Tony.
They run into a rival tour. The Blair Witch tour. He's the Blair Witch hunt. They're the Blair Witch walking
This was
tour.
so ridiculous in my opinion because it's like, okay, you have people from Germany, from China, and they're just coming to this small town in freaking Maryland
Yeah.
to find the Blair
People do
Witch.
that. People travel to see
I
stupid
know,
shit.
but it was cringy.
You know, people come up here to run up the fucking steps of the art museum and then we'll go in. Like, it happens.
It's cringy because it's like racist as hell. These racist
Right,
stereotypes.
exactly.
A coffee in the rock, and it's like, oh my god. Okay,
There should have been an Italian guy there.
a coffee in the rock.
Flipping a pizza, like, oh, we're the witch.
Exactly.
I love the video you did recently, like, no one knows what this is. You're like,
know.
stop doing this to your grandmother. Anyway, I do like that they tricked them, but they're doing, like, they're so obviously lying. They're like, yeah, we're scared because we saw something at Coffin Rock. And they're like, yes, Coffin Rock. There are many scary things going on there.
I know. The way he was acting was so obvious.
Yeah, and then they're just like, well, we got to go to Coffin Rock.
Yeah, because we want to camp out at Rustin Parr's house. So
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah, like we'll switch.
Obviously.
And if you missed the first episode, how dare you? And if you never saw the first movie, I don't know why you're watching this, but thanks for being here. Like, share, and subscribe. Coffin Rock is where they found 8 dead bodies strung together, but then they went missing when the cops came back.
Right.
So that's where they send them.
There's also stuff of like these Civil War era people like getting arranged in a pentagram.
Yeah, that was the Coffin Rock.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
the heads of the children that Rustin Parr killed.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then everyone parties hard.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They're already smoking like 3 fucking doobs, and they're already like 3/4 of the way down a bottle of Jack Daniels before they run into these people. And aren't they like screaming at them in this part?
Yes.
They're like,
Yes.
get out of here! We're the Blair Witch Hunt.
I do that all the time. I
Yeah.
go to the woods, I drink, I have a couple shots, and then I just immediately start yelling
Yeah.
at people.
This is a 15-year-old woods party. Like
Really,
this
really
was
they are
me. Yeah.
way too old to be having this kind of party in the woods.
We just asked our friend's older brother to get us booze and we got some weed from some shady dude in a 7-Eleven parking lot, and we're going out to the woods to do these
God
drugs.
damn, I hate it.
And then they're
Fucking-
gonna find porn because
Yes!
they're gonna clean it up.
That's
All right, now that I have
coup de grace.
now that I have a man on the show, woods porn. You're familiar with it?
Yes.
Thank you.
I went into a deep dive of it on our Critters 2 episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, it's so funny. Like, she was like oblivious to this. I loved how many comments we got from people being like, "Oh yeah, I found porn
I
in the woods."
cannot believe that that's an actual.
Yes.
No, like-
I don't know how
Yeah.
women don't find the porn in the. You're in the same woods as us.
They're not walking through it, though.
Like, you guys are sticking to the trail.
If there's a party,
Right.
they'll be there.
Nazgul would get
Right?
you in a second. But us Hobbit
Exactly.
people, we're finding the porn.
We're looking at the porn, Mr. Frodo.
That was the happiest moment of my life, just seeing so many men being
Agree
like,
with
"Yeah,
you,
Tony,
yeah.
I remember
You're
fine,"
right.
and then like having because that's how much it affects you as a kid, like specific memories of what kind they found. They're like, "Oh yeah, I found a Hustler magazine. It was this cover."
That's crazy.
It had to gotten there by, like, again, stealing it from your dad or your friend's older brother or something, and like
Yeah.
bring it out there and just leaving it there because you couldn't take it home with you.
right.
Yeah.
Let's go look at the porn in the woods.
Exactly.
And leave it here
It's
for
those
somebody else to
parties,
find. Yeah.
right? When you go to the party, you're like, "Hey, here's my porn."
I hated woods parties. I fucking hated woods parties.
Why?
Like drinking in the woods. I just didn't like it.
I love it.
Yeah, I think I've been to one, and I was like, this
Well,
is-
because we lived in like Northeast Philly, so we had like the woods, but it was still around.
Well, no, when I moved to Bucks County for high school, like everyone had parties.
A woods party out here probably would have been cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Woods party in the city because you could still hear
No,
the city.
yeah,
like
that
it was a higher chance that a cop would walk
No,
through
yeah.
and look
Sure.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure on Facebook there's a picture of someone that took a picture of me peeing in the woods during a party because I was so bored and they thought it'd be funny. Just didn't like woods. I liked hanging out in the woods.
Yeah.
I just didn't like specific. We're underage. Let's go drink in the woods parties. I just never got into them.
I was a fan.
And these guys are all way too old for this.
They're like 30 something.
Yeah.
And we're like smoking doobs, we're drinking booze, we're taking mushrooms apparently.
Also, the one's pregnant.
And one's pregnant.
One is pregnant.
I wonder why.
She hasn't made up her mind yet, and she's getting hammered.
Dude, she's making up her mind right now while she's slugging that Jack Daniels.
But speaking of her, she has a dream where she's drowning her baby, like the Blair Witch did, and in the water you see a stickman figure. And then she wakes up and she's like, "Huh, that was weird." And then all of their stuff is destroyed. The book that they were working on shredded.
everything.
The camera equipment
All the gear.
destroyed.
Yeah.
It's raining from the sky. There's
Yes.
pieces of paper raining.
Yes,
Um,
Erica is the only one who's like
Volcanic
fully dressed, so she's suspicious. And then Kim, in her mind's eye, she sees the tape. Every time she said mind's eye, I just wanted to punch the TV.
Do you know where they are, Tony? They're exactly where they found the tapes from the original Blair Witch,
Which wasn't real.
which wasn't real.
Which wasn't real.
Thank you.
Which wasn't real.
Thank you. Thank you. It wasn't
The house
real.
began to
wasn't
pitch.
real.
The witch. A switch.
Too funny. Oh God.
Yeah, Erica, they're my tapes. The way he delivers
They're my Betamax.
the way he delivers that line is so funny.
So funny.
So Trisha has a miss. Trisha,
Oh no.
Jesus
I'm so
God,
sorry,
Tony.
Trisha.
Jinxing. Like what?
Tristan, sorry. Tristan.
Wait. They think that those foreign people came back and trashed their
Oh, yeah.
After
Oh,
a
yeah.
crazy night of partying and getting totally shit hammered, they think those poor people came back and
Oh,
wrecked
yeah,
their
we
shit.
got hammered and blacked out. It must have been those other people who broke everything.
They
It's
totally
like,
trashed
bro.
my cameras and ripped my book
Ripped
into
it.
tiny little pieces.
Look, I've gotten blacked out a couple times, and I've woken up to the results, and I never blamed anyone else. I was like, yeah, I probably did this. I'm
dude.
a little ashamed of
Yeah.
myself.
Well, that
It wasn't the Blair
anxiety.
Witch. It wasn't the Blair Witch.
I never woke up and went, yeah, the Blair Witch.
That was definitely the witch.
that damn Blair Witch.
Maybe that last time, right? Maybe.
Well, that one time it was the Blair Witch.
It was the
actually.
Blair Witch, yeah.
But all the other times it was probably me.
Right.
But yeah, so Tristan, I'm sorry, TRI.
That's fine. Yeah, you know,
It's okay.
just reading fast.
She has a miscarriage because that's what we needed in this
Right.
movie. Apparently the studio
Yeah.
wanted blood and gore, but they were against like the bloody crotch.
right.
You can't have blood come out of a vagina. That's unacceptable.
terrible.
And I strongly agree with
No,
that. And
what
I voted for certain legislation on that. And the constantly
Oh my
keeps-
God! Would you?
it con-
cannot. I don't know why I do these reviews. I'm so mad. Ay, Tony.
So anyway, so instead of, so this is horrifying. And then, all right, so they cut back to like the interrogation. So I'm thinking the interrogation is happening this day,
Sure.
but that's not the case. This interrogation is for later.
Because it's cut like shit.
Because
That's
it's cut like shit,
Yeah.
yes. Because it was not supposed to be in the scene.
Right.
So instead of grieving or getting help or just processing what happened, they take Tristan to Jeff's place, the Scary Factory,
makes no
to look
sense.
at the tapes and find out what happened.
Why would you go back to this dirtbag's house?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend or your wife or whatever just had a miscarriage. You just went to the doctor. You are going we are going home. That's it. The excursion is over.
And
That's it.
Jeff bought a Scary Factory. How do you feel about his factory?
It's a friggin' disgusting bachelor's pad.
He got it from John Kramer. He bought it for $1.
Jesus. He's
Yeah,
still freaking chicken in the fridge.
I love
He's
his
like, "Yeah, I
gets
don't really have
eaten."
anything to eat.
I love
Like,
his security system. Is
Wiccan lady eats
dogs
it.
barking on a speaker. Like that scares
Oh.
people.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
only one bridge to get into the building.
It's
Apparently.
so ridiculous.
That he can't afford to fix.
That he can't afford to fix. But here's
He
where
runs
he
the
makes
Blair
it. I like
Witch
this is where he makes his stick men and merchandise to sell on eBay.
Is that his full-time job? Is that what he does?
Yes,
I guess.
that is literally what he does.
How does he afford all this video equipment?
No, he makes a lot of money doing this Blair Witch shit.
How many people, how much is he charging for a stick figure on eBay? Or dirt from Burkittsville?
Yeah.
People will buy stupid shit, Joe.
People, I'm not arguing that, but
Yeah.
the idea of selling enough money to buy this entire, like, I don't even know what, CIA television with all these monitors and shit around.
If there's something stupid, people will spend money on it. I don't know if you know the show, but there was once the show, and they got like 5 or 6 women to sign a copy of Ghostbusters 2016, and it sold for over $300.
I think we were out to dinner and I almost fell out of my fucking chair when you told me that. I was like, oh boy.
That was.
That's gold.
By the way, that guy's a super fan. He loves that he got that tape,
I love
the
him.
DVD.
That's
So,
the
yeah,
most money that's ever been spent on that film, I feel like. You think so? Maybe.
other than the money spent to make the movie,
right,
that
right,
is
right.
the most.
Exactly.
I got banned from a subreddit for that.
Did you?
The subreddit that hates me, they got
Go figure.
They got so mad.
Because a fan bought the tape or because of your...
They were making fun of it, and then I posted a link saying like, "Come on, guys, pay me." And then they said it was self-promotion. So they finally banned me after years, but they were they were fully expecting no one to buy it, and then it sold, and they were like, "Fuck." Anyway,
I love how you can go say awful shit about people, but don't you dare tell them about anything that you're working on.
Right, exactly.
so I couldn't believe this. So the first time I watched this, I missed this line.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's been like a few days.
Did you have to play the game to get this?
No.
Okay.
I assumed it had been a few days or a week. But no, Steve goes, "Last night when we were camping," I'm like, "Wait, she had the miscarriage
happens in, like,
this
one day.
morning?"
Yeah. Oh, apparently she has hypothermia and she's cured.
She has
Everything's
hypothermia
fine.
and a miscarriage, and the doctors were like, "Oh, that's messed up. Anyway, you're free to go."
Here's your blanket and a band-aid.
And she's not like, "I need to go to the hotel. I need to like call my mom and cry."
That's what I'm
I do
saying.
This. He's like, "No time
Love
for that,
it.
honey. We got to go look at the scary
Gotta go to
tapes."
Jeff's nasty factory.
He's like, you killed my baby. Let's go to this
Let's go.
dirtbag's house and watch these tapes in the middle of the woods.
I'm like, the same day? What?
We're not friends. Nobody's friends in this movie. These are strangers.
Here's what happens when I'm Jeff. I'm like, "Hey man, if you find something on the tape, let me know. I gotta take care of this." I'm not like being like, "Oh yeah, honey, get the fuck out of bed. I'm not paying for an overnight stay. We gotta go watch the scary tapes." I could not believe that. So the first
horrible.
thing they find out is the magic tree is missing from the tapes.
Oh no, who knows why?
Somebody cut it
No.
down. Rustin Parr cut it down.
Doesn't make sense.
And they see a flash of dead bodies at Coffin Rock.
Oh, who could that be?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. And yeah, they're this whole part of the movie. I feel like this is something that I would like in any other movie. All the weird visuals and
Sure.
trippy dream stuff.
It just doesn't have any place here. Like,
Yeah.
as the rest of this movie goes on, it's just a bunch of things happening that don't have a means to an
And that's
end.
the thing. I think it's meant to be like, oh, it's all psychological, but it doesn't feel that way. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about the little ghost girl going backwards? Like, you brought it back with you.
Cheap.
I don't remember that part.
Was that added? I feel like that's something that might have been added.
Again, these are all connections that you should have watched that other documentary and watched the fucking tape and played it backwards and did the game to understand any of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah. Steve cries in the future when he's being interrogated.
It was an accident. I swear to Christ, it was an accident.
Because we're about to watch a scene of him trying to hook up with Erica.
Yeah.
She's like seducing him and then she like slices his stomach open.
Oh, that was so disgusting.
But then they snap out of it and they're staring at each other
Yeah,
and they're
across
just
from
like,
the
did we
table.
just have a weird dream? What's going on there?
We're having shared hallucinations, Tony.
Yeah. There's
Like
a
that-
reason
like that
he
book that
has
guy was
that
writing.
hallucination that ties into like the twist at the end.
Because he's fucking crazy.
Which again, well, no, they, like when they find out like what happened when they were blacked out,
Oh,
it
yeah.
ties into that. And again, this would all be interesting, but the movie is just so choppy, and the acting sucks. Like, I'm sorry, the acting's not the best. Not that they're bad actors. I've seen a few of them in other
Right,
things,
no.
but they're not.
Thankfully,
really.
they got more work after this.
Jeff just looks too late 90s
Yeah,
with the.
right.
Nah, I can't do it.
Cliche. I don't know. I really like Kim though, but
Yeah.
goth girl.
So they find a naked girl on the tape, and it's Erica.
Oh, can you zoom into her face? Of course we can.
I can digitally scan it and up the resolution. I'm like, that's not how that works.
No, you can't do that with magnetic
Enhance.
tape. Yeah.
Enhance. I loved. Yeah, so you could do that with film.
Yeah,
That's the
it's-
thing. People don't realize that because they watch CSI and they think it's real. No, you can't enhance like digital caps off at some point.
Yeah.
Like there's no enhancing it. Film
Right.
you can upscale.
Well, from a master.
Yes.
So on actual film, you can scan it and like
Yes,
blow it
like
up.
because it's light on celluloid and
Yeah.
stuff. But like there are certain movies like what is it? My friends talked about it, like Tron Legacy. I think that movie's always going to be locked at 1080 because that's the highest resolution they filmed it in.
Yeah.
A lot of movies digitally are filmed in like 8K and stuff.
Yeah.
So eventually they can be upscaled, but they're going to hit a point
Yep.
where you can't upscale them anymore.
Don't need to.
You don't need to.
Nope.
But this is like a thing. Movies kept doing this. We're like enhance. Like that's not.
Not how that works.
It's not how that works.
I love how it's like blocky and then it's like click, 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 and it's just like it's clearly
I
like a
loved-
zoomed in shot. Like
There's-
they took another shot.
Jessica, if you could play the Futurama episode where they make fun of that, where they're like, blow it up, enhance. They're like, no, that doesn't actually. It's just a bunch of pixels. They're like, no, that's just what it looks like. You don't really.
Magnify that death sphere. Why is it still blurry?
That's all the resolution we have. Making it bigger doesn't make it clearer.
And I'll be damned if Jeff has the technology to do it in his dirty bunker.
Oh, he's like, hey, I'll do it in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, fuck you. So the naked girl on the tape was Erica. I thought this was weird. Like, so the actress is naked on the tape, and then every other time she's naked in the rest of the movie, she's got her hair covering her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was that?
Dude, too much boobs. You can't have too much nudity in this.
Yeah,
you
I'm
need to market
wondering
it
if
to
that
the
was like a
kids.
studio thing, or if the
PG-13,
actress was like, "I'll do it on shitty VHS quality, but not with the real camera."
Well, you can't make out you can hardly see them nipples.
But yeah, people are starting to lose their cool. They all start getting runes on them, and Erica has the Thorn rune from Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
That's me having a stroke.
Yeah, so she's in the Cult of Thorn, I guess. This takes place in that. Now, does this take place in the theatrical cut of Halloween 6? Or
This is the producer's cut of Halloween 6. This is also the original intro scene to Halloween 5 in the same universe.
So Kim is like, oh, fuck this, I'm going to go to the store. And I didn't know this until I saw Cecil's video, but the repairman is Rustin Parr.
Interesting.
And I'm like,
Ghost of Rustin Parr.
Yeah, and
fixing
he does
a fucking refrigerator.
Yeah, and he does the whole like, I'm
What a way to
finished
spend
now.
the afterlife.
Yeah, he does the I'm finished, and it's the same actor from the documentary.
Who cares? He gets up. Oh, I'm done with that Coke machine.
No, he never gets up. He just disappears. But I like his tools are laid out like a stick man.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I
That's
like
smart.
little shit like that,
Yeah.
like creepy little stuff like
Sure,
that.
in a
And
better movie.
Yeah, in a better
Right.
movie, yes. But yeah, if you didn't remind me about that documentary, if I didn't watch this video, I would have been like, what the fuck was that?
What was that?
Who cares?
That's my point. You need to watch fucking 5 other things to even figure out what's going on in this.
So Kim
But then the
argues.
people in that freaking town are so rude.
Yeah,
They're so
the
mean
dudes
for
are
no
being
reason.
assholes to Kim. She's mean to the
lady
girl at the
just,
front
like,
desk.
hits her with her shopping cart.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Yeah.
she filling the shopping cart with? Because I didn't get that. Was that like yogurt?
I don't know what the hell was in the
But it was
shopping cart.
Filled.
Beer?
Like,
It was the Book of Shadows, apparently.
We don't like your kind around here. Get out of here, you
I do like
goth person.
so Kim argues with the girl filing her nails.
And then
little
slits her
foreshadow.
throat or something.
No, she just fights with her. She just argues with her.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
sorry.
But I do like when she walks out, like the gardening tools are just covered in blood.
That's kind of cool.
That's like a cool visual.
Yeah.
She gets attacked by those asshole dudes. And then she almost runs over the kids that Rustin Parr killed. They just show up for like a
just
split
show up.
second and cause an accident.
Again, more lore that you need to get from the documentary, or else you don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, where were these kids?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
No.
Everything's tied in.
Now, if you're a Blair Witch nerd, sure. But, and don't act like you're not a nerd. You got the fucking toy.
Now I can
mean,
officially
come on.
say
It's
I'm a
really
Blair Witch
embarrassing.
nerd.
I don't feel so horrible anymore.
She's got a stickman tattoo on her back.
I figured.
Tony, you weren't supposed to tell anyone. Damn it.
So, Blair Witch nerd. Okay. Jeff turns around and he's a guy in an electric chair. Was
What was that about?
that Rustin Parr? Like, who did
No,
he
why
turn
would
into
they-
there?
Unless they electrocuted Rustin Parr for his murder?
Yeah, but when Rustin Parr killed those kids, there was no electric chair.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's
yeah,
like the
so who
1800s.
was the
Yeah.
electric chair guy?
Oh, freaking no.
Shocker from Wes Craven's Shocker.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
Brian. It was Brian James from
Wait, that's
from
right.
the
Shocker
horror
can
show.
travel into TV,
Yeah.
so he traveled into the movie for a second.
I'll be back.
So yeah, he turns into a guy in an electric chair, and then he's like, coffee.
Coffee.
He's so weird.
I hate the way that he
Caffeine.
treats Erica, though, because she's like his servant.
Yeah.
Like, go get me coffee now.
Well, he's a cult leader. That's why he brought all these people to his house, because he's brainwashing them.
Coffee.
Here's some green tea.
Oh, damn it. It didn't work. It didn't work. Thank you, by the way. So, the next day, the van is totaled. Like a dinosaur crushed the van, I think. Like the way the van is totaled for being parked, I'm like, all right, a fucking T-Rex just wandered in and stomped on it.
I mean,
'Cause that's the only thing that makes
something
sense.
else happened.
A T-Rex who's also a witch. It had a little hat and a broom.
I'll just put a pin in that because I want to come back to that later.
Okay. They're like, our van is totaled. And then they all have runes carved into them. But in the future, when they're being interrogated, the runes are gone. Kim's like, what the hell's going on?
Must have been a witch.
They also find out that Erica's missing. And she lied about her parents because they call her parents and they're like, we don't have a kid. And they're like, I know
I
you
don't have a son named Jerry.
They're like, we know you disowned her for being a witch. They're like, no, we literally never had a kid.
But do you think that was part of the hallucinations?
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Who is to say?
Were they all on LSD like from the beginning?
Yeah.
And they were just taking dabs,
Well,
going, like we're going for the
Steven
Blair Witch.
suggests that they're all suffering from group hysteria.
Right.
Yes, there's
Yes.
a French word for it, and I always forget it. I forgot the name, and I didn't look it
I
up.
try not to remember any French word because I don't care.
Maybe there's an Italian word for it.
Italian and Sicilian words matter. What's the
I don't know.
Sicilia, right? Did I get that right? Okay.
So yeah, I love the sheriff calls. And he's like, put on that goddamn TV. Darn tootin'. It's like, I don't think the sheriff knew what people in Maryland sound like.
He's the worst too, because like he's the big cartoon character of this. So any semblance of seriousness, as soon as he walks in, he's like, "God damn!" With his
But I love
fucking
I love that they turned the TV on and the sheriff's just behind the reporter being like, what the fuck did you do? You murdered blah, 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 blah. And at no point does the reporter go like, pause, I think we have new information.
Yeah,
Sheriff, do you want to say that louder?
Get out of my goddamn woods!
So yeah, apparently
Too
they
funny.
found the other tourists all murdered and strung up at Coffin Rock.
Yeah. But I love when they turn on the TV, though. It's like, as soon as they turn it on, it's like, breaking news. Like, okay.
Tony was in the shape of a pentagram.
Bodies were laid out in the shape of a pentagram.
Yeah, he didn't tell them what channel.
There's only one channel in
Like,
Burkett.
turn on the
Apparently
TV, and
only
it's just
one,
like
that's it.
it's like Cartoon Network, and they're like, oh yeah, I love I love Flintstones, Sheriff. What? Like, no, Channel 4, you fucking moron.
We found your body, son.
So they're all suspicious of each other. And Jeff really thinks that Erica's the witch because he saw a video of her being like, oh, Persephone, I invoke you, blah, 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 blah.
That's not even a thing that's relative to, like, Persephone's, I forget where she lays in mythology, but, like, in terms of Wiccan stuff, it has nothing to do with a witch hurting anybody or, like, killing anyone.
Yeah, it's stupid. I agree.
But he's bringing out the stereotypes. He's like, okay, well, you're into this Wiccan. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the microphone.
It's
my
Johanna
Italian
cursed
hand.
that. No, Johanna cursed that microphone. She hits it all the time. Lloyd Kaufman came in. He hit it. Everyone just hits that microphone.
I never hit it when I'm there, but when I'm here, for some reason, it's my Italian-ness, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's just the stereotypes.
Yeah, so they're all suspicious, and it's The Thing. They're doing The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing. Why?
I love The Thing. We should watch The Thing.
We should.
Remember when we watched that other The Thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was really bad.
Why are we doing it this late in the movie, though? Who done it?
Yeah, this should have been done a little bit earlier.
We were all blacked out.
Like
And
when
somebody
they saw Erica.
By the way, if they had cut out the flashing to murder and the interrogation stuff and put the interrogation where it's supposed to be, this would have come earlier and it would have been more entertaining.
Well, sure.
But they didn't do that. Again, not the director's fault. Studio.
Which one of you killed these 7 people?
Oh, yeah.
Which one of you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Which one of you killed the 7 people? Like, well, if I had to guess, I think multiple people killed the 7 people. I mean,
It was definitely that woman that was dancing naked because she's a witch.
yeah, I'm like, none of these people look like they're John fucking Wick. I don't think they're all going to be taking them out at once.
They get the stuff to cut them up.
They look like ninjas.
Yeah.
So naked Erica tricks Steven into walking on the bridge, and it collapses.
Tricks him.
It's his fault.
Yeah, she's like, come onto the bridge or whatever.
Or whatever.
He almost dies. I like that Tristan comes out and she's like, huh, all right. And then just
Just
leaves.
leaves.
He's like, what the fuck? Let me see here. Tristan thinks she's having dreams that belong to the Blair Witch.
Did it. The little bastard boys. They did it.
And she's like, I like this. She's like, blah, 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 blah. And then she runs around the bed. Blah, 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 blah. And then she runs around the bed. And apparently the shelves in the background, they make like a pentagram, I think, and then they change at some point.
Does she have psychometry? How does she, what do you, like, that's the only reason she's there, is to do this whole stupid thing where she's like, I'm in touch with the Blair Witch because I had that dream that my baby died, just like the Blair Witch did when she drowned that kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go home, because I need to be here.
Yeah.
To
At some point, they were
deliver
like, hey,
this and be
maybe we
the crazy
shouldn't
one.
have gotten the girl who had hypothermia and a miscarriage yesterday to come here. Maybe she should still be in the hospital.
Yeah, it's almost like she has like she's sick or something. You know?
Yeah.
Or can't think straight.
It's almost as if you shouldn't have taken her to the scary factory to look at the scary tapes.
She might be on meds. We don't know. Here, just have some more acid. we slip some mushrooms into your fucking stew or whatever.
And then it turns out that Jeff has files on all the people there, or they found files in Jeff's thing.
Right. He says that they're not his.
Yeah, he's like, those aren't mine.
And he's the only one that lives there.
Yeah, it's like, how did he get files on it?
Gacy said the same thing about the bodies under his house. Those aren't mine. Like,
I actually, getting back to my friends who do the creep off,
Yeah.
I was listening to their creepiest Pennsylvanian episode. And legit, one of the guys that Buffalo Bill was based off, he like murdered a bunch of girls and they found the body parts. And apparently his defense was, oh, they were there when I moved in. Like, that was his defense.
Right.
last ditch effort, man. I don't know how they got there.
Hey, why do these girls chain up in your basement? Why do you have body parts in your freezer? Like, oh, they were just there.
They're there. They
Well,
just
Jeff,
moved in.
those files of those people were just in Jeff's thing that he bought for $1, his warehouse. They were just there.
Wait, but those files are real because then they're in the police station, the interrogation thing. They're like, what is all this? So
that's the thing where it's like, okay, so is Jeff the sort of mastermind behind this? Is he the bad guy that recruited all these people and like called them up or like made them come out? Do you know what orchestrated this whole thing?
It's unclear. It's unclear.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, no, the sheriff says the sheriff says he's outside and he's screaming, "Open that goddamn door, Jeffrey!"
Get out here!
Is this actor still alive? We got to put him in something.
He would be great, though.
great.
Just say the same character, right?
If we go to Burkittsville, I'm dressing up like the sheriff.
Oh my god, yes, we have to. Let's make this happen.
You've been waiting for an excuse to get a cowboy hat, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna dress up like the
Can we
sheriff.
dress up? Like, I'm gonna dress up like Kim. You dress
Okay.
up like the sheriff.
And you could be the
I'll be the witch.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be the witch.
We forgot to mention it. I don't know if we did mention it. So the scene in the first Blair Witch, this is like a thing that I read. When Heather goes, "What the fuck is that?" They apparently had a guy covered in like white gauze, and like the effect would have like glown. There would have been a figure, and then they just didn't film it while they were running.
oh god.
They were like, fuck it.
I think it's better like that.
It's better.
Honestly.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes it's better when you don't see the
when you
monster.
don't see it.
You do see it in that 2016 one, spoilers.
Who wouldn't want to see this?
We're gonna watch the 2016 one.
Well, the 2016 one, fucking, I never tried to look for it, and then a thumbnail came up, and it's for a clip from the movie, and they're like, "You see the witch scene?" Then it's in the thumbnail. I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, but it's not. It's
I'm
not.
like, could you not put it in the thumbnail?
It's not as egregious as you think it is. It's like you see it a couple times, but it's very, 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 very quick.
By the way, at the time of this recording, I have not seen the new Batman movie.
Me
But
neither.
In the comment section of an unrelated video, I was like reading the comments, and then I'm like, what is this guy saying about Batman? And I think it's the entire plot to the new Batman movie. And I read it all, and I went, huh. I'm like, well, I guess
Tony.
I'll find out if that's real.
Why would you read it though?
I didn't realize what it was.
But like, wouldn't you stop yourself and be like, I don't want
I'd be
to
like,
know
oh, wait,
anything about
yeah.
Batman right now?
And I was just like, I think it was
Right.
like, I did like a Morbius trailer reaction,
Yeah.
and they were like, here's something about Batman. And then I rated it, I'm like, oh, I'm like, I think that's the plot with the twist to the new movie.
Thank goodness I didn't read the comments on that one.
And again, that would get some people mad, but you son of a bitch, kudos, you got me. Anyway, guys, I'm not like that.
I mean, yeah.
I
but-
got 3 Batman movies I really liked. Everything else is optional.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
really
gonna
care.
hate this
sure.
one anyway, so I already.
I
know
might
it.
like it. I don't know.
It's not going to be as good as Dark Knight Rises. We all know this.
All I want to know is,
Obviously.
and by the time this comes out, we have already reviewed it. I just want to know, is Catwoman Falcone's daughter like she is in some of the comics? Because I want Catwoman to be canon Italian.
Huh?
Catwoman's Italian in some of the comics. You find out that she's Falcone's daughter.
Oh.
And Falcone was in Batman Begins, and then Anne Hathaway was Catwoman. I thought they were connected, and then they never do.
Well, she's
Anne
Lisa Bonet's
Hathaway.
daughter.
Why did you say that? Man?
She is Lisa Bonet's
So
daughter.
that's okay.
But
That's
there
good
is
enough for me.
It's because there is like a really good comic where it's called Catwoman When in Rome, and she goes to Roma.
Bello.
She goes to Roma with the Riddler. Because she's
Why? For a fucking getaway?
yes.
Catwoman
When you read
in
Batman
Paris.
Dark Victory, she disappears for a bit, and this book is what she's doing there. The
They
whole
want to
thing
see.
is
They want to
like,
see the sunset.
the
on
whole
Venice,
thing is
right?
she is like his secret daughter, and she could technically have all of his fortune, but she can't prove it. That's the whole thing. But anyway,
What? I've never read that one. Sorry, that's bizarre.
it's specific to Year One, Long Halloween, and Dark Victory.
Gotcha.
It's in that thing.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that was the only spoiler I wanted, and that wasn't spoiled. So we'll find out if Catwoman's Italian. Anne Hathaway should have been Italian. You love Anne Hathaway,
I
right?
am going to murder you.
You look
if
like an
say that
Italian
again.
Catwoman right now.
Actually, Catwoman is like my spirit animal.
Oh, so specifically the Michelle Pfeiffer and Halle Berry one, because they were
Yes.
literally spirit animals. Anyway, back to Blair Witch. Sorry. Got derailed with Batman there.
It's okay. It happens.
It was part of a larger stop being asshole in the comments section. Don't secretly put in the plot synopsis for
Yeah,
a
don't do
fucking
that.
thing, you asshole.
People are going to stop being assholes, but please stop spoiling movies.
Yeah.
to spoil the bad ones. I mean, anyway.
Well, that too.
Like we're spoiling this one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So the sheriff,
Spoilers. It sucks.
the sheriff is out there, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then it turns out he's not there. There's actual dogs now. But then they find Erica just dead in a closet, and they all blame Steve because he was the last one who saw her.
It was you, man.
They're like, "Steve, you murdered her and propped her up, and she's standing perfectly still despite
her
the fact
eyes
that
were
she's
creepy.
dead." I guess rigor mortis works really well.
I got the impression that she was like under a spell or something.
Oh.
From her
No, she dead.
witchcraft.
Definitely not light as a feather, but definitely stiff as a board. Sorry, I knew I could get something in there.
There you go.
The Craft.
Yes.
Will that be the next all-female Hack the Movies episode?
That's
The
a really good
Craft.
idea.
That's actually, that would be a good one. I'd be in for that. I mean, to watch it.
Way to just invite yourself to the all-female.
That's what it sounded like, and I was like, no, that's not what I meant.
I'd watch it.
How dare a man invade the all-female Hack the Movies episodes. I mean, me and your brother did it for Ghostbusters, but
They're going to Skeet Ulrich me, man.
so Tristan tells them that they need to play things backwards, and then she speaks backwards. So then they're like, all right, our tapes, we're going to play it backwards.
Kla, Niaga, Lee, Nerdlick, 8.
Ezrev.
Yeah, Ezra. So they play it backwards, and the tape play. Now, if they're like if this is all in their head, how does that physically affect the tape? Like, is the witch real? Anyway, so the tape plays backwards, and they find out that they were all drunk, horny assholes.
Yeah. They had a fucking rager, fucked each other.
Yeah, Kim's like making out with what's her face, Erica. Mm-hmm. Erica is like naked on top of a tombstone, dancing badly.
Right.
Dancing badly.
The skull.
Yeah, a skull on her crotch. Like that's literally the dance.
That's what she was doing.
And then in the tape, they show that Tristan is like basically the witch. Like everyone's bowing to her. She's giving people weapons.
It's like satanic.
Like she's the one in charge of it, I guess. But yeah, they basically turn on her. They're like, "You're the witch," and she's like, "No, I'm not." But then she starts acting like a witch. She's like, "You all fucking suck. I hate all of you. I'm gonna hang myself. Bet you won't push me off." Like what the fuck?
I wanted to hang myself by the time we got to this part because it's just like, okay, that's a cool concept.
Yeah,
fine. You got so fucking blasted that you thought this woman was like your queen or savior or witch or whatever, your cult leader, and then you. I mean, can we talk about it a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you like coerce these people to go kill these people.
Yes.
And film it.
Yes.
Right? I forgot where I was going with that. Because it would have been better in a different movie.
Yeah.
Because by the time we get to it, we're like, okay, so there is no witch stuff. It's just everybody's stoned.
But like fucking Steve fucking knocks her off the balcony and just hangs her.
You can like hear her neck crack.
Yeah, it's like
had enough of that. See ya.
No, bye.
So yeah, they all get arrested, and the cops put all the tapes together. And I love how Steve's like, it'll show you on the tape what happened.
Video doesn't lie, man.
Apparently the tape that they were watching when they were all hysteric wasn't real. So the cops like put the tape and it's just them being assholes. So apparently Kim murdered the girl in the store. She stabbed her with the nail file. That's why when she finds it later bloody, she's like, what's that all about? They all murdered the tourists. They all took turns murdering them.
I think the Chinese guy gets like an axe to the face or something, and you're stabbed.
And then Jeff murdered Erica, and he made sure to be naked during this.
Of course.
They were doing a ritual, Tony. It's Wiccan.
I guess so, but when he's propping her in the closet, is that part of the ritual?
Yeah,
right,
to be naked
it's called trying to hide the body, but you can't hide the stink.
Yeah, and Tristan was innocent in all of it. When they played the tape, she's like, "Stop it! What are you doing?" Blah blah blah. It's like,
God,
like, that's
Fucking witch.
That last one is like harrowing where she's like, "Leave me alone!" And like, "You're the witch!" Whoa!
like, you murdered the baby. She's like, "What? Like, I didn't do that."
It's fucked up.
None of them can believe it's happening, and then the movie just ends.
Yep. Fuck off. Get out of the theater.
I had to actually like go back because I was like, wait, that didn't just end like that. Like, what does that mean?
It just ends.
Now imagine being in the theater watching this and then you can't rewind. You're just like,
Wait a
ugh.
minute.
So, not a very good movie. I mean, Trisha loves it. But it's not a very good movie.
Love is a very strong word.
So apparently there was an AMA with the director. And he did say that he did construct like a director's cut. There is him or someone they constructed a director's cut.
Okay.
But like it's not like an official one because it was made from pre-existing footage and stuff.
So it's just a recut film of this film. There
But
is
from
no
what I
additional
gather,
scenes.
he did reach out to the studio to like do like an official one, and they were like, nah. But that's probably because they were worried more about the reboot and they just didn't want to dwell on the second movie. So it's a shame. I would like to see, because look, I don't think it's a very good movie, but I think it's made worse by the way it's edited and all the stupid shit that they added.
The potential is there. Like, they definitely have the potential to make it.
There's something there. I still don't think it's going to be great.
No.
But there is a better movie in there, and I feel bad about it. I said the same thing about Dune,
Yeah.
Where it's like, wow, David Lynch, he really tried to make a good movie, and they chopped it all up, and then people have this perception. It's like, oh, movie shit. It's like, well, we didn't see the right version.
No, right. And
Yeah.
I mean, I would even go to the extent of saying even the Texas Chainsaw Next Generation. Like, there are crucial bits, and the way that movie's arranged is why it makes it not a pleasurable viewing experience. And this, it'll make it more coherent. I don't know if it'll make it a better movie, but it'll make it more coherent.
Mm-hmm.
But I think being a little bit more coherent, just seeing it linearly would make more sense.
It would make it.
Because the interrogation throws me so up. Because I thought the interrogation was happening after the miscarriage. But then it wasn't, and I was confused. I'm like, wait, when does this...
It was just all over the place. And I think that if they added in, like, the actual, what's it called? The footage?
Yeah, the found footage stuff,
The found footage, I think that would make the film a lot better, too.
They should have done that a little bit. If they wanted, they could still be a regular movie, but if they cut to, like, the first-person stuff a little bit more, it might have been a little bit easier to take in.
It would have been more chaotic if they did it with just the found footage. I think that would have been a better movie, straight up. Even if you wanted to do the same story, you know what I mean? And then later somebody cobbling it together. Because I think the movie opens with like, this is a reenactment of events that happened.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I forgot to mention that. So we're watching a dramatization of something that happened in this universe where the Blair Witch is real, but not the first Blair Witch. It's so many fucking meta layers.
My brain hurts.
I will give them credit for trying to do something different. Like, no one would have expected this is how they would have done the sequel.
Sure.
No.
Meta movie, like I said, meta movies existed before, but no one expected that, nor did anybody really want it. But I'm like, all right, at least they went in with, they went in with bad intentions. They should have just waited until the original filmmakers came up with an idea.
Sure.
But at least they didn't go in with like, all right, more people are going to be in the woods with cameras. Like, that's the lazy way to do that.
No, but not even the lazy way. That's the smart way to do it. That's the
let's
make the money way to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why that blew my mind when they were like, let's not do that again. Which in Hollywood, they would have immediately done it again.
Yes.
In my mind, no.
Yes. And,
well, wait, I want to go back to the van. Did you say?
oh yeah. What did you have to say about the van? Because the van is intact at the end.
Well, yeah, the big. Oh, that's right. It is intact. But I was going to say the big reveal is that it was these people that did all this stuff. So whether it was a hallucination or not, these are all things that they did with their own hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether that's the ripping up of the papers or the dismembering of these people and demolishing of the van, but I guess I'm wrong. If the van comes back.
Yeah, the van is intact at the
Okay.
end. It's not crushed by a T-Rex.
But there's also no dogs and no tree and all that bullshit.
Yeah, the tree is like the weird thing to me. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, my one note here is, what the fuck is the Book of Shadows? Why was that added?
What the fuck is the Book of Boba Fett? I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. There's no book
in that
written there.
show.
That episode did not do very well. However,
It did not do very well.
It didn't do it very well.
Did you get that?
Book of Shadows did not do very well, but the clips we put up on TikTok did very well. I'm gunning for you. I'm getting a lot of TikTok plays recently.
Oh, I got some competition.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about Italian. So,
Good.
Mamma mia, pasta fagioli, blah, 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 blah.
Bella Pompadoro. Tony.
So yes, the tape ends with the game. I got the rules for the game here.
Don't watch this movie.
Hidden within this film are mysterious and haunting images not easily seen by the naked eye. To reveal the secret of Esserever, you must 1. Watch the special feature at the end of the film for detailed instructions. 2. When the special feature ends while your VCR is still playing, hit the rewind button and watch as clues are revealed. 3. Go back to the movie and find the hidden images if you dare.
No, I don't dare.
Asterisk, not rated. And yes.
It's not rated?
The special feature?
Yeah, the special features are not rated. So, and if you want to see what that game is, just watch Good Bad Flicks. He did it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Really took the wind out of my sails there, and I love Cecil. Cecil, I love you. You're a really good guy.
He makes good videos. He works very hard on those videos, Tony.
He does. He's awesome.
So-
He's awesome, and he apparently really likes us.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
And then the last thing on this tape that plays is a commercial for the made-for-TV Dune by Artisan Entertainment. And it finally came in, Joe.
Yes.
I finally got the made-for-TV
Big
Dune.
worm energy.
We did. I mean, this is an intense... Oh, it's missing the goddamn booklet.
Aww. Is that where they have... Oh, no, you told me in the VHS that they had the
That's
dictionary.
the original movie.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, we got disc 1 and disc 2, disc 3. I guess it's only 3 discs, and
Oh no.
your boy Giancarlo is
I
in
know
this.
Giancarlo Giannini.
And I think we say the episode's not out at the time of this recording. It's out now at the time you're watching it. But I picked this as the best Dune because the Emperor of the known universe was an Italian man. Anyway,
They're all facts. Oh, by the way, just P.S. while we're here, can we do a Giallo movie?
Yes.
Sure.
Giallo. Sì, lo dobbiamo
Yes.
fare per forza. Okay.
well, we did opera on Patreon.
Yeah,
It's not a very
we're
good
not doing that. Like, we're not doing
We should do
that
like
stuff.
maybe what can we do? We could do like Bird with the Crystal Plumage or The Fifth Chord's a good one.
Or Deep Red.
Deep Red would be
Deep Red's a
amazing.
good one, yeah.
Profondo Rosso.
Oh, he's good. Tony, take some.
Suspiria? The
No,
other Suspiria?
I don't wanna do
the original,
Suspiria.
but
You don't like Suspiria?
I do like Suspiria.
I really like the remake of Suspiria.
I still haven't seen that.
It's a good remake.
no, I didn't like it.
I mean, we can. It's your show. You do whatever the hell you want.
Anyway, that is it from us. Thank you for watching. Do you like the Blair Witch Project? Do you like Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2?
What do you think of this witch?
The only acceptable
Better
answer.
fucking hang that up in your part.
The only acceptable answer for 2 is no.
Yeah. I do wish at some point they do a proper director's cut. It would be nice to see this reconstructed properly, just to see what it would, see if it is better.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely watch 2016. Both of you.
we will.
You're literally the only person who hyped that up.
It's good. I'm not hyping it up. I'm just saying it's good.
You're like, it's the best movie ever. It should have got the Oscar.
I mean, we've come this far.
We've come this far.
it's a
Should.
great sequel. If you're gonna do a sequel to the original, it's a good sequel.
Yeah. Check out the game. I've been replaying the game, not the VR version, but I will be
really want
buying.
to.
After I move, we will have a VR night. Yeah, so check out that game. Let us know about the original games. I want to see if I can like hunt those down anywhere, if they even fucking play.
Weren't they on a website? Did they have a website where you can play it? Or
Well,
am I
there was
crazy?
like a game on their website,
Yeah.
but they made like 3 PC games
Okay.
built around the Blair Witch. They're probably awful. They probably don't play right, but it'd be fun to see.
MS-DOS.
And yeah, that is it from us. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Download this on your podcast app of choice. Follow Trisha on TikTok.
At Trisha's Italy and Instagram as well.
And if you want to hear other people talk about this, including Joe again, follow Movie Dumpster.
If you just can't get enough Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows, head over to moviedumpsterpodcast.com.
And subscribe to Movie Dumpster. They're doing video now, and I'm there.
Yeah, we're on
I was in the
YouTube.
Texas Chainsaw 4 one.
You sure were.
Oh,
Yes.
you.
Maybe you can talk about Giallo on there. Maybe they'll show you good Italian movies.
Oh, I would love to, yeah.
Because you're like, I want to
That'd
do
be awesome.
Italian horror films, Tony. I'm like, yeah, Cruel Jaws.
Yeah,
Let's
he
go.
Do some Fulci. I can't believe you haven't done Fulci yet, man.
I can believe it.
Yeah, makes sense.
He did Zombie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do Zombie.
No? You should.
You know how many times I got sent the eye stabbing gif? I'm not going to do Zombie. All right. That is it from
tried
us.
to get 'em.
If you happen to be in the woods, let us know what porn you find. Goodbye.
Grazie.
I think Capcom does a great job when they're adding like collaboration characters.
I've never been able to extend this way.
Oh, God. I got to get the helmet on. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Wait a minute, our guy's a bad guy the whole time.
I just think it's crazy that I'm better at video games now than when I was like 16.
That is how you fix all the problems with all these games.
I feel like toy distribution is so different than it used to be.
They resculpted over the chest. They gave him a flak jacket over it.
I laugh when I see Among Us, but I'm not having fun inside. it's a reflex.
No, you took my joke.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.